basically, which is good. So basically when you click on it, and so we'll get when they click on this, it will actually the process is when they click on this, we plan to add another button so user can like specify like 45 minutes or like 2 hours. I mean, if they want to change different, but when they click on it, it's a call to us to create booking links. Okay, so actually it will use default parameter like this is 0, end of day maybe is end of next month, expire on booking is true, and this is probably false. So this is something they will specify. Start date I think is the tomorrow, next day. Time zone use the browser's time zone. So Potato Cat, can you add one more parameter? Potato Cat, can you add one more parameter for the recurrence rules? Kind of like this. So I want them to use two default recurrence rule. Just call the recurrences like this. Add this into the. So in my vision, so basically by default we exclude like from 0 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to midnight. But you don't have to do it in use. This is controlled in the front end. So I will ask front end to actually to send the default. So you don't have to know the default. So the default is controlled at the front end. Okay. So when front end click on this, they will give you the right parameter. Okay. So the front end will actually return like all the information, right? This is what we should have. I mean, Peng should probably implement the integration test. If he's still not doing that, ping him and make him do that. Okay. So Randall doesn't have invitees, right? So today, actually, for Randall, the invitee comes into picture when actually someone book it, right? So in the beginning, the booking link doesn't have the invitee right now, right? Actually, if it's been booked several times, I wonder, do we have multiple invitees? So that's also something we need to think about. But anyway, let's limit the scope. The thing is, our model may need to be improved because if this link is not expired on booking, right? That means like different people can book it. So there are several issues we have to deal with. So once the people make a booking, right? Even it's expired on booking, I think we still need to track the link in case this user. So we need another table. I think it's another table, right? So that's where Randall, you need to make a proposal, okay? So we need to track who make the booking, right? And his email and stuff, right? So basically it's all coming down to this one, okay?
So it's probably one mapper table linked to invitee theme for task.
Yeah, I want you to continue what you said in a minute. I want to finish what the current we have, okay? Let's finish what we currently have. Another thing I want to mention before I forget is Potato Cat. Can you add a request parameter here? So I want to mention one more issue here. So first, in the get booking links, right now, we only have a booking link, right? We return. So basically, this will affect the slot. Right now, when you calculate the slot, you don't care about the time zone, right? Can you here add a time request parameter? Basically, it will be a query parameter, right? Basically, it's a question mark. So add a time zone and pass the time zone to this function. Don't use it for now. I mean, later we need the time zone. So what I mean is, let's say I'm in the PDT time zone. So let me explain what happened here. So we need to deal with this problem. I create a link 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. but I'm in PDT, right? And another user use this link in the public page. So when basically the front end, when they call get booking link, they need to send us the time zone, right? So yeah, I mean, potentially, I mean, so later you can do that later, but remember that, okay? So that means every method called getting booking links need to have a time zone. So we may have to change it. I mean, right now we call it, right? Here we need to add a time zone here, right? Let's say if they have time zone in the parameter, even for update, right? Let's check if update if the update if the update has the time zone. So we need to add a time zone here as well. So whoever need to return, so all this calling get the booking link need to pass time zone. So we need to whatever those call here, we need to add a time zone. So basically we need even for this method, we need to add a wrapper method, wrapper function, because we need to return the slot after they change it, right? So all this we need to add a time zone. We may even add it in. I don't know if post can have query parameter. Let's look it up. I mean, if we don't want to change the body, can post have query parameter? Let's see. Okay. Good idea or not? I mean, easiest thing is let's check the first answer. You know why I'm looking up this? So, any question? So right now, if you need to return a booking link, you need to call this function, right? And this function, like we said, we have to add a query parameter for time zone. So that means all this post API, they need to have a time zone. Okay, this is fine. We define it, but those two, I'm not sure we need to add another class for it, right? So I'm thinking if we don't want to add another class, if it's okay to add it as query parameter, let's see, okay? If your action is not endpoint, then you must use post. If you don't, you're just asking to trouble down here. Delete method are required to be endpoint. Get, put, delete, okay. Imagine, okay, well, let's skip this. Sending post with query, I agree, said sending a post with query string, but with the body seems odd. But we have a body, right? So basically this thing, if we have a body, it's better to have it in the body, right? So basically that means I think you need to add two class in the param to wrap it up. Two class in the param to wrap it up. So yeah, we have to create an additional class. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, go.
So like the time zone passed in is potentially different from the time zone in the original booking link, right?
It could be the same if I'm the owner, right? I mean,
right.
Let's say I'm changing the recurrences, right? But you don't care, right? You don't. So basically the time zone is used for calculated slot. Basically, we need to do some shifting. So what I mean is a slot for me. I mean, when we save in the database, right? Let's say when we save database in the database record, we have a time zone, right? So that's the real time zone for those start date and end date for the slot. That's the owner's time zone, right? Okay. So let's say I create a booking link. I'm the owner and I'm in PDT. So let's say I have a 9 to 10, right? Slot, whatever start date is. So we have this in database, right? So this won't be changed. Then some user request, let's say it's a public API, right? Let's say it's in the booking page. I mean, to visualize it, right? If another user, let's say we give this link to another user and another user use it, right? Another user use it, but this guy is in a different time zone. The browser will tell, right? The browser will tell, right? So basically front end will send us the time zone, right? Front end will send us time zone. So we just need to pass through the time zone to this. Go ahead. What do you have?
Oh no, I just like I think I understand now.
Yeah, so basically
I got the idea.
This function. So basically 9 to 10 a.m. It will shift to like the Eastern time zone. Eastern time zone will be like let's say 1 p.m. right? So when you calculate the slot, when you return the slot, right, in the booking link, you have the start date and end date, right? So it will be different, okay? So that's why when you persist the slot, I was thinking you don't even need to persist the start date and the time end date, but never mind. It's just extra string in it. I mean, it's just space. I mean, there's a ways. So remember last meeting, I was thinking like maybe you can exclude those two when you serialize. I mean, I was thinking you can exclude those two, right? Remember when you serialize it, because it actually doesn't matter. But actually, you need the date as well, right? Yeah, actually,
Right.
I mean, worst case, it may go to the other date. Anyway, just keep it for now. Anyway, so remember, whatever logic we can deal with it later. Remember, in the database, this is the true time zone. And you have the start date corresponding to the time zone. And all the slots is corresponding to this time zone, right? So the start time and the time, the index, is all corresponding to the time zone. So we may have some redundant data, but it's fine. I don't care. Okay. So that's the source of truth. But the problem is when you return the booking link, the front end need to interpret it, right? So when you return the booking link, it has booking slot here, booking slot, okay? And it will have, so it will be dummy. So it will have the start time and the end time. So the backend need to tell it, right? The start time and end time is actually shifted. And the date, if we ever change the date, that would be a problem for the index, right? Because we assume in the same data we have the index. Is the index marked from 0 or is marked from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to the big one? Right now.
Probably start with 0.
No, I mean, is cross date? Do we cross date?
I don't think so.
Do we reset it to 0 for every date? No?
I think so, because it's
If
using
we are not resetting the index to 0, so if our plan is like the beginning, I mean, you have a global start date, right? So this is the global start date, right? If we use the global start date and start with the 0 a.m. with 0, 1, 2, and all the way to end date, I mean, we probably have a lot of index, but yeah, I mean, we can do, I think right now the logic we are doing is using the module, so it should be fine. We are doing the modulus, right? So it will increase. I think if our index is not changed, right? I mean, basically what I'm saying is for a slot, if for a slot, give me a sec, where is, for a booking slot, right? This can be changed, right? This can be changed as well, given different time zone. But this is stay the same. Because later, if someone, I mean, when user book it, right? What do we use to identify it? Which slot the user booked, right? We need to use this, right? As long as this is a unique identifier we can use. Randall, do you think so?
Yes.
Yeah, because when user book it, we need to use the index, right? We need to know which one it books, okay? Yeah. Okay, I think I've done what I have. So PolitiCat, for your immediate things to work, I mentioned, right? One is adding a request parameter. So we just pass it through. Later we can work out. Right now, don't worry about the time zone, but pass it into it. But I mean, you don't have to deal with this for now. Later we'll gradually deal with the problem, okay? And also, yeah, I mean, you need to add the time zone. And also for the create, I mean, the first thing you need to do is for the create param, add the list of string for the recurrences. Okay, so that's two things.
Okay. It's the create booking link param.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, I see.
For the create booking link, we are missing one parameter is the recurrence rule. Okay, because I want to basically when we go back to the UI. What happened? Give me a sec. Why is here? Okay. When you go to here, right, we want to be able to say, when they created, we want to we need to have a default marking for like a 0 to 9 a.m. is off, right? So that will, so the front end will control the default. Basically, I'm saying when the front end did the click, it will call the create, okay, and then getting back a UUID, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Randall, do you want to share screen? Do you have anything you prepared or?
No, I didn't prepare something.
It's better you can draw something or. You know.
I mean, I didn't prepare something. I just thinking probably just need
draw or type something when you share. I mean, it's easier for.
Yeah, give me a second.
Just a Word document is or something.
Okay, let me just give me a second. Bring Google Draw.
It's fine. I'll share a screen now. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Okay, give me a second. Jesus, haven't used it for a long time.
Just use Word is easy. Why do you need to draw some? Just type them, right?
Yeah.
Just text, right? So if you are proposing, I'm thinking, right? If you are proposing, using another table, right? Can you write it?
Yeah.
I mean, table name and stuff. Okay.
I think for now we just have a.
Can you hide the Skype? It's become a window inside the window. I mean, right now you have a Skype, so we are looking at your projections. There's another Skype window in it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Let me try.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, but then you're not sharing. What I mean is just minify. Can you minify the Skype?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just redo it. Okay, everything getting better now? I'm not familiar with Skype.
Okay. Let's just go with it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good now. Yeah, go.
Okay, so now we have the booking slot, and probably we're gonna have the task table. What I'm thinking now, probably we're gonna have a separate table, like random call scheduled links or something like that. And for here, we probably have a foreign key to pointing to the UID in book links, and I mean book slots, whatever the table name, and a foreign key for the task ID.
Wait, book slot. You want another table for book slot? Wait, book slot is another table or what?
Oh no, it's not table. I mean, what table particular cat just created? I forgot the table name. Book links or
no, it's called booking links. Yeah, that's
okay. Booking links.
So you want to have a foreign key booking links. So you want to have a foreign key to booking links?
It's kind of for now. At least we need to identify. I mean.
So it has an auto increment ID, right? It has an ID, right? For every record.
Mean, yeah. No, we don't have to. We can make a composed I mean key, UUID, task ID, or plus a email address, UID's email address. I think these three can make a composed ID. If you want. Or we can have an incremental. I mean, that's not.
I think incremental ID is easier. Even though you may not use it, but I think it's easier.
Yeah.
You may not be using the ID, but just make it incremental, right?
Yeah, but let's.
Okay, invitee. How do you handle invitee?
I think invitee we can just, I mean, use emails, the email to link back to the. I mean, not link back to checking emails from booking links.
So I have two questions. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying this is wrong. I think this is looking good. So, so first, how do we handle if it's not a booking on expire, so that means the link can be used multiple times. So we have multiple primary and additional guests, like a different every time, right? And should we move invitee outside the booking links? What I mean, because so for every booking, you generate invitee, right? So right now we have a column called invitee in booking links. So if I think that column can be moved to your table for every record, right? But also, even though the front end, we still need to think of something. I mean, the front end model, because we are return array of invitee for different booking. I mean, when booking happened, right? Probably we need like some like a class for booking itself. I still feel for invitee, because originally when we designed the invitee, we think it's a JSON blob, and inside the JSON blob is array of person. The person have a first name, array of invitee class, right? Invitee have first name, last name, email, and email and
some kind of detailed information.
You are lost.
No. I mean,
Can you follow what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's detailed.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying there's some field is required, some field is optional, but the front end can control it, right? You can assume the first invitee is the primary. So yeah. So I'm thinking, I mean, that if you model DB that way, I mean, it's actually one to many, right? One booking links to many scheduled links, right?
Yes, one to many.
Oh, you also need a UUID, I think, as primary key. Why? Because the user have to. So think whatever your model is, you need to handle cancel and reschedule, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking probably that user composed ID for and for the invitee and UUID. So for
the security problem, so that would be security hack, right? I'd rather you generate another UUID as the primary key. Otherwise, I don't want other users to guess it, right?
Okay.
I might hack it, right? If I have the UUID, original UUID, I can try to guess the task ID because task ID is numeric, right?
Okay.
I might deliberately hack it, right? I mean, I'm not saying anyone will try to do that, but design-wise, we try to prevent such kind of.
Yeah, I understand. That's it's kind of the
Just generate a UUID, another UUID as your primary key, and the user will actually receive an email that contains user ID. The user can use that UUID to. Yes, this can be your ID. Just call it ID, I think, right? I mean,
I just name as it right now to record, remind me what it's for.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, then when user book it, right, user will receive a link so that he can use this link to cancel or reschedule. And that's another unique UUID. Nobody can hack it, right? Because they won't be able to hack it. Yeah. Okay, question. If it's expire on booking, what happens? If user booked it, right?
I think for now we can for here to record some information. We can either make some cleanup or on US side to not US side to when we request it, we can record some detailed information if let me reword this.
No. Actually, the question is, so if we expire on booking, that booking link should not be useful. Like nobody can use it anymore, right? But I think according to this schema, that link cannot be removed because it's a foreign key, right? So we probably need some Boolean to mark it.
Yeah. That's one thing. We can bring the expired date either boolean or it directly puts expired date. When you put when you make request or something, just did a simple checking. If it's already expired, we can just forbid it.
So why not just use the booleans then?
Boolean is fine. I'm not saying now. I mean, we can, because currently I'm not. I didn't have very detailed thinking about it. So I'm just what I'm saying for now.
Boolean for now is easier, but another question is we probably need to add index later because we want to try to query. Yeah. No, Boolean is not here, right? Boolean is in the booking links table, right? The Boolean is for the booking links, not the second table, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So so who's gonna delete it? How do we know it's deleted?
I think for there's I mean, if we wanna periodically clean it, we can just bring it to our daemon to scan.
Okay. Scan. Before we think about the daemon service, I mean, I try not to change the daemon service and also have to. Anyway, we try to make things simpler. When can we see this record can be deleted?
Oh, I didn't think of that yet. I'm thinking, so what I'm thinking right now, if this book links expire, when the owner deleted it will delete the related schedule link as well.
No, you cannot delete it, right? That's not I mean, when is the condition we can say we can delete it?
You mean I think when the whole booking links expire.
Huh? How do you know when it expires? No, it can't, right? You cannot delete it because let me give you an example, right? Mm-hmm. I create a link, it expires on booking, and okay, another one you booked it, right? So expire on booking, so this expired become true, right? But you still want to hold to it, right? Because now you generate a scheduled link, right? And the user still needs this scheduled link able to cancel or be able to cancel or reschedule it, right?
Yes.
If you deleted the original link, user will never be able to cancel or delete it. Actually, you know what? Don't delete it at all because the user can manage the link, right? So if user with something when you think about it, so first the user can have a look at all the booking link he have, but if it's expired, expired, we should not show it anymore to user. So user should not be aware of it. But the reason we are keeping
it just a quick question. When you said delete, are you talking about the delete the scheduled links? I mean booked links for user.
I'm talking about both tables. I'm mostly talking about the first table. The second table, actually, I'm just saying how long should those records live? Are they staying forever, or we can at some point remove it?
Well, now I think let's keep it simple. Just do not delete. And later on we can probably add some other rules to like to remind.
Why are we keeping the thing is, right? I create a booking link and someone scheduled it, right? And maybe after the task finished, after the task will have some due day and the due time, right? After the task finished, actually, if the user delete the task, the scheduled links will also be removed. will also be removed. Yeah, I mean, so another thing is this goes to more complicated things. If user remove the task, how do we notify? Do we need to notify whoever? Yeah, I mean that's something we need to first down think about it. That's some other problem, right? You see, there are a lot of problems right now. I mean, it's just logically, right? When the meeting happened after the meeting finished, this scheduled link is actually no longer needed, right? For some reason, right?
Yes.
And if the schedule link is not meaningful anymore, and the booking link actually can be deleted, right? And also, one biggest important thing, I think the worst thing is if let's say you book the meeting with me, it generates a task on my calendar, and I delete the task, which is fine, right? It's just I mean I might just stand you up, right? But do we need to notify the invitee or something? The most thing I care about, I mean, even though let's say we don't invite it because the owner did this, I mean, on purpose. I mean, the owner is supposed to tell the guy. Anyway, let's not deal with that problem. But still, if the owner delete the task, right, that UUID, the scheduled UUID will not be valid anymore, and that means if the user used the link to schedule or reschedule, will be throw error, right? Anyways, that's something you may not have answer for now. I hope you can. We have a recording, right? So
Yes.
how about this? I mean, let's talk about how to proceed. Okay, for you, okay. I expect you next. I mean, I mean, I'm not expecting we solve all the problem in one shot, right? We do incremental, right? So next, add a new table, schema and entity, maybe repository, and move the invitee blob to the scheduled links. That's the first step, right? Second thing, we may need to add the updated. Okay, actually, let me share my screen. Actually, next, we mentioned, right? I mean, this booking link class, this is model or okay, this is the controller. Okay, right now this invitee and guest need to be taken together as another class, right? For every booking, right?
Okay.
For every booking itself. I mean, every booking will have an invitee, primary, and the guest, right? I mean, so you will later update this, okay? So first, do the DB part, and I mean, I think you solved the most essential part, but there are some lingering problem. We can deal with those later when we get there. We need to change our stuff, right? Like also, okay, when you do this, remove the invitee here, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, things are meant to be changed. We nobody can do it at like one shot, like do it right, okay? I asked some questions that is something to think about in the future, okay? I mean, first down the pipe, okay? And after DB schema and this change, we probably can talk about the book API, right? We need to implement the book API for, and it's a public API, okay? And the user can use it to, external user can use it to book us, okay? Then it will generate an invitee. Actually, not in this table. Now it's a new table. Before we go, let's agree on the name of the new table. Little cat, do you have anything? I feel scheduled links is weird.
That's weird. I mean, that's just random name.
Actually, here is the thing. In our code base, we call it link, but in the front end, like I told the front end developer, they don't see the link. Okay, here we don't have a link to user. It's like we have a module to external user, but we okay. I already turned off my backend locally. Anyway, so for the what I'm saying is like a module. Externally we call it module, but internally we call it project, right? So internally we call it booking links, but externally user doesn't know there's thing called a link. Okay, got it? Yeah, so it's fine if you call it, I would rather call it booked links, right? It's a booked, right? Schedule is weird. How about booked links?
Yeah, we can use it. I mean, at least it's meaningful for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Later we're gonna, I mean, let's talk quickly to talk about the API. You're gonna in the future, right? It'll be like this, and the verb should be just book, right? So we need to have a book param as well for this post, right? Book, right? Basically, the define API will be changed to book, right? Book is a verb. So then you need to add a param called book param, right? For the post call, and this call will actually generate a booked links, right?
Yes, and in the book, probably we need let them provide the email and.
Wait. Actually, I'm being misguided by you. Why is a link now? When the user make a booking, why is a link? Why is a link? It doesn't have anything to do with link anymore.
I mean, I just random put a name.
It's a booking actually, right? It's actually a booking actually.
Booking. Oh, it's actually a meeting.
It's weird in our module. Meeting is more because this Candidly and you can book me is more used for enterprise. In enterprise, we schedule meetings, right? But for us, just call it booking. Booking is more general, right? You can book me. And I would also call it booking. Booking is more general. Meeting is more like a remind you like in your office, right? Let's say we get together, right? It's not a meeting. Like sometimes we call it a meeting, right? But sometimes let's say I have a small get together with my friend. You can book me, right? So our software is to C, right? It's not exactly to B. So meeting is too official, I feel like, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just call it bookings table, okay? So one booking links map to many bookings, right? Just call it bookings, okay? So every record is a bookings. We can change the table name if we feel it wrong. By the way, Potato Cat, what do you think of the table name?
I think I mean both make sense to me. Scheduled or bookings. To me they mean the same thing.
Clear to me because yeah, let's go with bookings. It's actually simple. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The reason I make those, I just want to explain why I'm making those naming changes. Right, we started with book me, right? And why we're not calling it meeting, because I feel meeting is more like in the office official. If I have a get together with my friend, it's not like a real meeting, right? I mean, let's say if I have a calendar and my friend say, hey, when do you have time? Can we have a drink, right? I can use this, like, you can book me for like a 60-minute booking, right? I mean, it's not like a meeting, right? Right.
Yeah.
It's really be a meeting, right? People use us like not only the like a white collar worker, right? I mean, everyone can use it for different purpose. So I don't want to like restrict it to be like a meeting, right? It feels weird, okay? Yeah, because in our task, sometimes people use our bullet journal not to get. I mean, most is not about the meeting. Some like buy something in the grocery store. Remind me today of do grocery, right? Tomorrow do some shopping or jogging, something like that. So that's what they use us for. So it's not like exactly meetings. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And they are more like for enterprise, like maybe recruiter, hunters. They basically they want to use it as meetings. But for us, it's a bit different, right? Okay, cool. I think that's it. So Randall, I expect you to submit some code. Okay, cool. Yeah, just go with the DB schema and first. Okay, you can think about those problems I mentioned later. We probably will. We need to talk again about those problems I thought about. Yeah, there's a long way to go. Okay, yeah, for the book. Okay. Book is tough actually. Peter Cat, you know what you have to do, right? Okay. Okay.
Right.
so okay, let me pin Pen to finish the integrating test. He owns the integrating test. Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.